through various platforms like Roblox. This wasn't a big deal when it came out. In fact, I even have a hard...
How old are you? I'm 8.
were child baiting or...
Nah, I heard this dude talking to somebody else and somebody else saying, yo, would you ever allow nudity in Roblox? He said something like, it's a possibility. If that don't say that he's part of it, I don't... What's up guys, the Antio here, and today we're gonna check out a video called Roblox is officially done for. Like they're officially done for now. Like it's not like the last time with the last video I reacted to. Like they're actually done for. Man, it just keep digging itself down a deeper hole than they could possibly dig. I don't really know much about what's going on now, but I did know what happened back then, so I'm gonna just cut to the chase. Before we go to the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and also join the Discord, link in the description. Without further ado, I'm gonna just stop all the yapping now and let's just get right into it.
Roblox is experiencing what I think is perhaps the worst downfall that I think we've ever seen in any game ever. From banning Schlep to trying to deny the influx of predators that are swarming their game, Roblox has made almost every bad decision that a game could possibly make. And now it's finally starting to kick them in the ass. They've been banned in multiple countries, their net worth has gone down in the billions, and they're facing so many lawsuits that I can't even count them all. Law by Mike, one of the biggest lawyers on YouTube, has announced that he has teamed up with other lawyers to fight back on Roblox, and it is not looking good. This game was played by hundreds of millions of people, yet their reputation seemingly just went downhill overnight. What happened? Let's cut the bullshit and get right into it. Well, the thing is, Roblox has always had a dark side, but we just didn't really see it at first. Roblox has had the issues of predators for over a decade and try to brush it off like as if it was no big deal. Now, the first ever case of predatory activity was the user Mr. Obvious. He was exposed by YouTuber Ruben Sim. Now, Mr. Obvious was a Roblox YouTuber who made quite a lot of animated videos about the game. Sam was DM'd by a 15-year-old girl and her friend who claimed that Mr. Obvious sent them quite a lot of...
Not like loud ass moans. Oh goodness. Why is it always Discord? And why do y'all all tend to be like the type to do this? I really don't understand. Does Roblox make y'all act like this? Or is it like lack of friendship? I have no idea. I really don't. Before we get into the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that little notification bell because I have a long journey ahead and I ain't stopping anytime soon. Now let's get back into the video.
Explicit messages. And also quite a lot of sexual videos, but I'm not going to describe those. Keep in mind, he was 22 and she was 15. Now, Sam posted this video on June 8th, 2017, exposing the entire situation. So how did Roblox respond to this? Well, by not really responding at all. This was the very first sign of the fact that there were some real predatory issues in the game. Ruben Sim was one of the YouTubers who would continue to show just how many predators there are in the game, eventually exposing a very big game developer. This game developer had quite a lot of very explicit content on their phone, which Ruben Sim exposed. How did Roblox respond? Well, by sending Ruben Sim a $1.6 million lawsuit for, quote, false and misleading terroristic threats. Not sure how we got to that, but it seemed like a lot of bullshit. This is a theme we'd see a lot more with Roblox, where they put a lot more effort into the criticizers rather than the actual predators. Now, the first ever official documented case of predatory activity on Roblox, so it was in 2018 when a man was found with 175 hours of footage of him grooming minors through various platforms like Roblox. This wasn't a big deal when it came out. In fact, I even have a hard...
How old are you? I'm 8. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. Let's just keep the video rolling at this point.
I'm finding a lot of the legitness with it. It wasn't really that big of a deal at first because what's one predator, right? Well, at least what was not revealed at first. This guy was only the first to get exposed because Roblox was about to experience its biggest growth yet, the pandemic. This was when numbers for Roblox skyrocketed higher than ever, and with more players equals more predators. We would start to see a lot more of the news coming up. In 2020, a mom reported how her 12-year-old daughter befriended a 40-year-old man through the game pretending to be a 15-year-old boy. He was able to get her trust and then move their convo off to a different platform where he was able to get some explicit photos in exchange for Robux. Robux being the in-game currency. Unfortunately, this worked and the mom sued the game, but this case wasn't really released until 2025, this year, and there are a lot more cases just like this. Each year it only got worse and worse. 2022, a 13-year-old girl was kidnapped by a guy that she met on Roblox. In 2024, a mom claimed that her daughter's avatar...
Kidnapped? Did they meet? Like, what? I don't even. Who gave the address? I'm sure it was a kid because the kid don't know no better. But what the hell, man?
Was gang R-worded by a bunch of other avatars.
What?
Sitting and listing all the individual cases would take me pretty much all day, so I think that you get the point. Reports show that since 2018, at least 24 people have been arrested for grooming or abducting people through the game, and a lot of these cases were kind of hid under the table. But in 2023, Roblox reported 13,300 cases of child exploitation, a very, very noticeable jump from the previous year, and Roblox was now starting to get scrutiny for their lack of controls. But what made everything much worse was the creators who got exposed. Like I said, Roblox YouTubers are a big part of the game culture. YouTube and Roblox is like peanut butter and jelly. The YouTubers made amazing content that helps boost the Roblox community. But a lot of these YouTubers were also some really big weirdos. Now, Kellogish was one of the biggest YouTubers in the entire Roblox fandom. This guy had over 500,000 subs by 2021. But in 2018, years before, he was secretly messaging minors that were as young as 13 years old.
I mean, I'll still appreciate nudes. Yeah, I only gotta read the rest. Jerking up. Oh yeah, you lost me.
And at one point, he was also dating a 14-year-old while he was 18. And when he got caught, he flat out admitted to this. He was terminated by YouTube, but a month later, he just went under a different user named Koofy. This was a secret way to try and start a new identity, but didn't start long before
I remember who Koofy is. I remember now.
Another YouTuber actually discovered him and exposed him to the world. Now, this was a very, very big deal in the Roblox community, considering that he was at one point a very beloved member. This was basically like the Roblox version of the EDP445 exposure. But there were just so many more after this. 2 years later, another Roblox YouTuber, Loppy, was exposed for grooming a 15-year-old boy in Ohio. That same year, another creator, PGHL Films, was exposed for talking to minors as young as 11. 11! That same month.
11. Not Stranger Things 11, but that 11. What is going on?
Another creator, Ribs, was exposed for talking to a 15-year-old and grooming them. And right after that, another Roblox YouTuber, Nonov, also got exposed for talking to minors as young as 14.
Oh my gosh.
He never apologized for what he did, but his account and his career were completely terminated. There's just literally so many cases of this that it would take me all damn day, so I think you get the point. But Roblox did not really do a lot when it came to actually enforcing any types of consequences on any of these actual predators. But it's not the fact that Roblox really avoided it, it's the fact that they kind of almost encouraged it. Now, predatory action in Roblox comes in many shapes and forms, and one of those forms was actually the games, because a lot of them were very, very sexually themed. For example, there was Roblox Condo, which was basically just this one strip club with a bunch of naked avatars and people trying to have sex with each other in the game. Meep City was another one of these Roblox games where quite a lot of grooming happened, and this game had over 13 billion visits. Bathroom Simulator was one of the biggest ones too, and I don't think I really need to explain that.
Bathroom Simulator? Yeah, I don't even know what to say about that. I think I checked some out that like a long while ago. I was like, yeah, I'm good. I got off. I was like, yo, this place is weird.
It was in this game that a mom reported how her...
Don't ask why I checked it. What the heck? I only checked it because I was curious. Everybody kept talking about it. I'm like, yo, it can't be that bad. It was that bad.
Daughter's avatar got stuck in a puddle and then was assaulted through the game by a bunch of avatars. Now, thankfully, obviously it didn't happen in real life, but that's still a very traumatizing thing to happen to a young child just trying to play a goddamn game. One of the most notable cases was from a guy named Doc. Now, this guy was very popular in the community for creating the game Sonic Eclipse Online, which basically was a Roblox bootleg version of Sonic. Now, this guy was very active in the community and initially showed no red flags. Well, except for the tons of jokes that he made about wanting to R-word children, but yeah, other than that, no red flags. So that's why it was really no surprise when he was exposed for trying to talk to 12-year-olds. But a lot of these games are tools for people trying to create their weird, demented fantasies. So why are these games allowed, and why do so many people create them? Well, the creators of the game and the game itself make so much money off of them. You see, players pay with Robux, the in-game currency, to play these games. This goes to the game maker, who can exchange this Robux for real money. And if you're good at this, you can make this a real job, a high-paying one. Some people have made as high as 6 figures with this type of thing. In 2024, the community as a whole made $923 million just from games. That is absolutely insane. But not every dollar spent goes to the game developer themselves. When spending the Robux on these games, only 25% of that actually goes directly to the game developer. The rest goes right back to daddy. And there is a lot of financial incentive here, considering this is one of Roblox's biggest money makers. That same exact year, they also made $3.6 billion just from Robux purchases alone. Fucking crazy. And you think with all this controversy and horrendous activity going on that they would have suffered. If you watch this video without really knowing anything about the game, you would think that there's no way that they would be successful or have any positive reputation at all. Not only have they been able to bypass it, but they have excelled and have grown immensely during this time. In the second quarter of 2025 this year, they reportedly had 100 million daily users.
Damn.
100 million people tuning in every day for this thing. But it was in 2025 when they finally started to see the cracks unfold when they banned Schlep. Now, Schlep is a Roblox YouTuber who was at one point groomed himself through the game by a developer. The trauma was so unbearable at the time that he attempted to take his own life. When his mom tried to report the incident, she was ignored. It was only until she threatened legal action that the game finally got back to her. But even then, Roblox did nothing because they claimed that whatever happened to him happened on a different platform, so therefore it was not their responsibility. There was no punishment for the developer at all, and they even kept him on payroll. However, even after all of this,
That don't matter. It's still y'all responsibility because y'all the reason why they left Roblox to Discord. So y'all the problem. And Discord should also start to like monitor their stuff too because it ain't just Roblox.
Schlep still decided to play the game and would dedicate his entire life to catching predators through the game. This way, no one would experience what he went through. He started his YouTube channel where he would post videos of himself catching these predators, and within 6 months, he was able to get 6 predators arrested, which is pretty crazy. It's your classic Batman victim to hero arc, and we love to see it. He was a
They look pretty young too.
legend in the community, getting nearly 2 million subscribers. Schlep had a lot more pure intentions, unlike these other predator catchers who really only catch these guys for clout and for content. He would approach these situations with precision and a very harmless manner. It was very obvious that he did this more for the sake of making the game safer. But one day, Roblox decided to send Schlep a cease and desist letter and banned all of his accounts. The fact that he was somehow violating guidelines but the actual predators did not violate them at all spoke volumes. The reason why they probably did this was because they didn't want to look bad, because they knew that there was a lot of predators on their game and Schlep was only exposing that. And so doing so, they would hope that this would help savor their reputation, but ironically, it only made it so much worse. This had the
So they knew they had predators, but they was like, nah, we got to keep the money going. If it's always about money, it's going to be a problem in the end. Like, it's not always about the money.
internet up in flames and they were under extreme scrutiny. I mean, did they really think this was going to make the problem any better? This was too big to ignore, so Roblox did respond, but they doubled down. They claimed that vigilantism was too dangerous for their platform.
No, it ain't.
Even though I think pedophilia is like a million times worse. But tomato, tomato, right? And they tried so hard to gaslight the public into thinking that these vigilantes were disrupting their community or whatever. They reached maximum Dumbo mode when they released a 43-minute video addressing all the controversy. Now, this was a conversation between the CEO, the chief safety officer, and the director of product safety to get to the root of these issues. Now, most of this was corporate filler, but they did address the Schlep situation by sort of calling it the vigilante situation. And even though this whole thing was clearly scripted, it was just so bad. They tried to double down on it again because they claimed that these vigilantes were child baiting or
Nah, I heard this dude talking to somebody else, and somebody else was saying, yo, would you ever allow nudity in Roblox? He said something like, it's a possibility. If that don't say that he's part of it, I'm telling you, it's in the proof is in the pudding. I'm telling you, but he don't get pudding. He gets jail. The other pudding in jail you don't want to talk about.
whatever. This started to really reopen the conversation between a lot of Roblox biggest creators who really just could not stand what was happening, including Creekcraft, one of the biggest Roblox creators with over 10 million subscribers. He expressed his frustration with the situation, talking about just how bad it was. And it was not too long after this that he claimed that he was leaving the STAR program, along with other creators. Schlepp's story went way beyond the audience of Roblox, and even people like me who never played the game really started to care. I mean, this really is the dumbest thing that you could do. Spending more time and money to sue someone rather than actually solve the issues that they are going for is just really backwards. And it would even go so far as to reach the attention of the legend Chris Hansen. Now, for those that don't know, Chris Hansen was the host of To Catch a Predator. It was his TV show where they would actually bait and catch real-life predators. They would go into the house and think that they were meeting a child, but then they would be greeted with Chris Hansen, who would show them all this evidence and proof of them being disgusting and weird. And then they would get get escorted by cops. The show is very iconic and has laid the groundwork for what a lot of people have tried to copy nowadays, especially in content like Gideon and Vitali. It was rumored that he was going to be doing a documentary with Schlepp, and this was confirmed by him himself. Nearly days later, Schlepp would actually drop his video Take a Seat Roblox with Chris Hansen featured in it. In this video, Schlepp proudly defends himself from everything that he has done. But the real show was with Chris Hansen here. Chris talks about the hypocrisy of Roblox. And this is not the big documentary that Chris was talking about that is still in the works as of this video being made. But the fact that Chris is getting involved shows just how big this is. And this video got over 7 million views in less than 2 weeks. But it just doesn't end there. The state of Louisiana started to sue Roblox because they claim it endangers the safety of the children because it prioritizes user growth, revenue, and profits over child safety. This was also followed by Qatar banning the entire game as a whole. This was serious, and the public was starting to fight back. The complete icing to the cake was when YouTuber Law by Mike dropped the video claiming that he was going to sue Roblox. But the biggest consequence of all of this was Roblox losing $12 billion in the stock market following all of this bad press. Never in history has a controversy affected them this horribly. After over a decade of all of this crazy, secret, dark activity, Roblox's actions are finally starting to come to light. But there is a chance that they can make a comeback. In response to all this, Roblox finally announced that they're going to make a separate platform for 18+ people. This is a platform dedicated to all of the weird, crazy games that you see, which shows that they are—
Wow, 18+, huh? Let's see how that works. You think kids are going to find a way to get on the 18+? They might. I have no idea. But if I was a kid, I probably would have found a way to get on that 18+ because I was sneaky as a kid. Every time I see some of Roblox, it just gets worse and worse, you know? It's crazy how they just keep digging themselves down this rabbit hole that tends to turn into hell at some point. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Also, join the Discord. Link in the description if you want to join the Discord. We're trying to see their favorite games taking all these L's when they used to be our childhood growing up. Like, come on, man. Y'all used to win a bunch of W's. Like, just lock in, okay? Keep it chill. I love y'all. Until next time, peace out.